Testing. Okay.
We live?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Yo, what's up, sleepers? It's your boy Eddbedhead here in the Sleeping Cinema. And today I have with me...
Otacon, and I'm tired.
And I'm just tired.
and I'm just...
No, okay. No, but for real, Backstep 246, though.
There's Javier.
Yeah, where's Sen?
That boy slept it in. He recommended one of the movies.
Sen is dead.
Wow, you didn't even use a soundbite.
I gotta find that, okay?
So there will be timestamps in the description for our review of the movie. You want to skip ahead of it?
He died.
Sick. Nice timing.
But for now, let's buy some tickets and grab our favorite concessions. So how's your guys' week been?
I'm
Busy.
Yeah, it's been busy just with work.
Yeah,
as always.
What's going on with work? Like, you're starting to get more hours. I'm getting hell hours now. Like, I feel like work is hitting everyone pretty hard now.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it is due because, you know, the holiday season is over, so they like the seasonal people off.
That makes sense a little bit, yeah.
Or maybe orders are just up because, like, I don't know, people just stopped caring about COVID.
Plus, there's no, like, cool holidays or anything of interest during the beginning of the year.
This is the hardest time of the year. It's like, what, 4 months before a holiday? Like a big holiday or anything?
That's true. That's true.
Valentine's Day, I guess.
We're talking about a
that was
big
more
holiday.
that was very situational. You had to have somebody to.
See, I don't celebrate it because you see, I'm single, bro.
Love yourself, bro.
You guys gotta be my wingman.
So like only some people get to enjoy it. But yeah, so I guess the next one would be Easter, and even that situational because you have to be religious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't celebrate Easter really.
Yeah, but yeah. So overall,
What about your weekend, Eddie?
my whole week overall was kind of same as you guys. I've been working. They've been giving us more pay because there's, you know, like I was saying, less people, but still a lot of work that needs to get done. So they're like, hey, if you come in, you'll get a little more money.
You want to know what they give
crazy,
us for
bro.
coming in on Saturdays?
What?
A job.
Granola bars. That is our incentive for coming in
You
on
need to find a
Saturday.
new job, man. You need a new job, ASAP.
Like, I think I got like one of those not graham crackers. Like during our first break, we just get like a little granola bar or graham
You
cracker.
need a new
That's our
job.
reward for coming
I
on
mean,
Saturday.
my
That's
job
bull crap.
sucks too.
That's
Billy.
straight up sad.
Yeah, my job sucks too, but at least they don't just like hand out granola bars instead of extra pay.
It's crap. I know.
You could buy hella granola bars with the money that you save with getting extra pay.
Oh my god! Any new updates?
I got a new phone,
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
an iPhone 13 Pro Max,
Oh, dang, you gotta like all the
the
extra-
256 gig one.
Show them your case. Show the camera your case. I like it.
I don't
haven't
even know if
seen
they could be able to see it, but it's a Kirby case. It's like
That's cool,
semi-clear.
That's cool. I want a new phone, but my phone works just fine.
My phone worked just fine too.
Yeah, but like
But I bought my sister's iPhones too, so
this boy is rolling in dough.
then I
Switch
was-
to Team iPhone, Alexi.
Oh, I
bro.
also switched services too.
Oh yeah, tell us about your new service.
It's a smaller company called Visible, and they're like a company owned by Verizon.
How good is their
By the way, not sponsored. This is just him.
It's
genuinely.
not sponsored
Yeah,
at
but
all.
how good is their coverage though?
It uses Verizon's networks.
Oh, okay. They just call it Verizon.
It's like a sub brand. It's an online only brand.
Bruh.
And it's been good so far. I don't know how the service is just yet since I just got the phone. I don't know if I'll have any issues, and if I do, I could just cancel it anytime.
Yeah, update us as the podcast progresses.
Yeah, it's only $25 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's unlimited everything,
Dang.
hotspot included,
Dang.
No, that's pretty cool.
5G.
Okay. Now we're getting too much
and-
advertising here.
Yeah, and like I'm just happy because I didn't know that specifically iPhones for the most part have those like virtual SIM cards, so I didn't even have to
What
wait.
the fuck is that?
I didn't have to wait a week to get a SIM card in the mail.
Oh.
It just has one built in.
You can't just buy one in the location.
They're online only.
It must be iPhone thing only.
Well, he also bought his phone unlocked, so it depends where you go to.
okay.
Yeah, I always
Cricket,
buy my phone.
Just go to Cricket, bro. They get you anything you want.
So you, Aleksey, you seem to have a lot to tell us about something you've been doing this week.
Oh yeah, I've been playing. All right, Pokemon came out Friday, and I've been playing that nonstop. I even sacrificed sleep.
Put on your theme music, bro.
They started. What?
Put on your theme music, bro.
That's not theme music.
I don't know.
The lullaby.
Let me find that.
You're actually gonna play.
Okay, so Pokemon came out on Friday.
It's a little loud.
Friday at midnight. Friday at midnight, and I been working 10-hour shifts, so I get out at midnight now as well. So I had to change my stream schedule to morning, but I still said screw it. Pokemon just came out. I gotta stay up. So I've been staying up till like 3, 4 a.m. every day, basically, just playing that game, streaming it, and it is really good, actually. Like,
just take your Switch to the bathroom at work and just play it there.
Nah, bro. But the combat is fantastic. I love what they did there. The overworld combat, where you can move around, move yourself around. You can even get in the way of the Pokemon attacks, and it'll knock you down as well.
What the heck?
So that's really entertaining to see. Pokemon will attack your trainer, which is also cool. The area, Ancient Sinnoh, really feels dangerous because of there are consequences if you get knocked out. You lose a lot of items. Like, I lost an evolution item called an Electrizer, and that sucked, bro. And other trainers can find your items that you dropped as well. So you can get them back, you just don't know when. Combat's good. The training, the grind is really fun. It's not like boring grind.
I heard that you don't have to do the trade only Pokemon, like that are like exclusive.
There is no exclusives in this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Surprisingly, there is trading, so that's good. That way, you can actually get tradable Pokemon like that you need to evolve.
You think they're gonna let you have the Pokebank in this?
Yes. The only reason why I say this is because the Pokemon do have an ID to them.
What does the Pokebank do? Does it just let you shove all your Pokemon in the
pretty
game?
much.
Oh,
Across games, so you can take one from like all the way back from Game Boy up to like the most
Well,
current title.
there's Pokebank, and Pokebank can go into Pokemon Home. So, anyways, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. It's fantastic. I recommend everyone tries it. It's great.
Okay. See, I was
lend me
thinking
your
about-
copy, bro.
It's digital.
I was thinking about getting it, but when Shining Pearl came out, or whatever it was called, I forget now.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, when that came out, I stayed up like you. I stayed up at midnight. I bought the game.
Really?
I downloaded it. You don't remember? And then because I streamed it before you streamed it when it came out.
Dang, what the fuck?
Cause and yeah, I didn't. I was disappointed. That's why I didn't get this new one.
I
I
get what
told
you're
you it was
saying.
gonna be some ass, bro.
Well, it was a 1-to-1 remake.
I
so
was like, yeah,
even
but
I was a little
the
disappointed
issue
by
wasn't
it.
the 1-to-1. It was like it was kind of buggy. Like the movements and stuff were stiff.
I had a big problem with the collisions.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not excited for the new Pokemon.
But
game now.
This is actually made by Game Freak. It's not made by Ilka or anything like that. So Game Freak actually put some love into this game. It is empty as
I
hell.
don't know about
The
that.
world is empty, like village-wise, it's very empty. But it's still very populated with Pokemon. Everywhere you look, you will find a Pokemon. You will find something to battle.
I might
You
get
will
it.
find something to do.
Maybe.
You can watch. I can give you a chance to try it out on my Switch to see if you like it or not.
Just from seeing like people online talk about it, it seemed like this is like a beta test
Yes.
to the alpha test that was Sword and Shield.
Yeah. My guess is they're working their way up to like a
Good game.
Well, an
A better
MMO. I'm using MMO because I can't find a better term for it. Because I feel
Open
like
world,
open world,
Skyrim,
Skyrim Pokemon. Yeah, let's go with that.
That'd be dope.
or just Breath of the Wild.
That's
No.
what this is.
Why?
Yes, that's
Why
what this
no?
is. That's what this is.
But it's not.
That's what this is.
It's not as big, is it?
Oh, it's huge.
I don't believe
Each
you.
section alone is huge.
I'll have to check it out.
Anyways, yeah. So that's what I did. I even streamed all of the content, and I just last night I streamed for like 5 hours.
How long does it take you till you get some mode of travel, like a Pokemon you can ride on?
Like after the first boss, which is pretty soon. It's
Okay.
very quick.
Okay. Can you climb shit?
If you have the patience to it. do it.
Oh, so it's like a stamina bar?
No stamina bar. It's like Skyrim once again.
Can you fly?
Once you get to it, yeah.
But like, can you fly at different elevations?
Once you get to it, yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay.
But yeah, you can climb over stuff if you have the patience to like find a way on top of this. It's like Skyrim with horses, or where you're trying to climb a mountain. You have to find just the right way to get up there.
Oh my god! That's
Why
annoying.
do Pokemon trainers have modern clothes in the customizables?
This was because your character was isekai'd.
Oh.
You're literally brought back in time through a space-time rift.
Are you fucking
Celebi was like,
I'm being dead
Celebi's
serious.
like, I'm
I was like,
eating
what
your
the
ass.
fuck? I was seriously like, what the fuck? Are we getting isekai? And right when I started the game, it blew my mind. I was like, well, I did not see that coming.
That's weird.
I'll check out some footage of it and see what I think.
Do you think it's gonna be like if they make a sequel to this? Do you think it'll be like Legends and then some other big Pokemon?
They might make it for if they create
Like-
a Legend series. It might be for every
Legendary?
continent.
Is
Oh,
is Ho-Oh a legendary Pokemon?
Yes, that would be part of the Gen 2 gold, silver, crystal. So that would be the
Pokemon
what
Johto,
Johto?
yep.
Yeah, Johto region. Let's go Legends Lugia or Ho-Oh or something like that.
You say let's go?
Yeah, I said let's go at first, but
Let's
I said
go!
Legends.
Let's go, Pikachu!
Legends
Let's go, Eevee.
Lugia or Ho-Oh.
All right,
something like
let's
that.
move on
Yes.
now. With that, let's take our seats and let's get into these trailers. Any new movies, TV shows, or video games you guys are looking forward to?
No, not really, because I was too busy playing Pokemon. Oh, there is Elden Ring, and there's one more game I can't remember. So Elden Ring looks interesting. It's basically another. I think it's an
Skyrim?
MMO, or it's a Skyrim-like game.
Okay.
I think it's created by Amazon as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of
We'll see how
scared.
buggy it is.
I'm scared about that.
That's hype.
No, it's not.
I'm looking forward to my fucking chapter or my volume of manga to come in.
Oh,
What
yeah.
manga?
The Mysterious Girlfriend.
They're still making that,
No.
or are they just printing it out?
Yeah, I have volume 5, which
Okay,
is
so it's just printing.
technically like volume 10.
Okay, so they're just printing it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that bitch to come out. Well, it's been out since like 2017, but I'm waiting for my copy to come in.
Oh,
I don't want to read it online.
Prefer the physical form. All right, let's look at this first trailer. Tyler Perry's A Medea Homecoming plot. Medea prepares to welcome her family, who have all come into town to celebrate her grandson's graduation from college, when some hidden secrets threaten to destroy the joyous family homecoming. Released February 25th, 2022. What do you guys think?
How many fucking movies are there?
There's
for
a
this
lot.
stupid fucking series that no one gives a shit about.
I liked, what was it? Not the last one, but the one before that one. It was okay.
I liked
made me laugh.
Medea when I was fucking 10.
I like certain scenes. Like one thing I have mixed feelings about is how serious of a tone each movie can take. Like Family's Reunion, it tackles on some dark stuff.
Like what?
I don't want to say them.
You don't want to say them on screen.
How old is this movie?
I don't know, 2005 maybe.
Okay,
So why
it's
can't
an
you
older
say
one.
it? Spoil-
Because I don't want to say the R word.
Oh, well, just say R word. There,
Okay.
you did it.
It tackles the R word.
Dang.
It gets pretty heavy.
Oof.
Huh.
That's the twist for
Like,
a Medea
Did it
movie.
Yeah,
do it
like a
well,
darker-
though? or
Yeah,
did-
yeah. It adds good. It adds to the characters. It adds to the drama of the entire movie.
Mhm.
What
It's
the
funny,
fuck is the point of Medea?
It's
anyways?
funny comedy with serious tones, I guess.
So, well, this one's about family reunion, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Just
This one's
Just
from the
hidden
Witness
secret.
Protection movie. Medea's Witness Protection.
oh my gosh.
So stupid.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the trailer when we watched it?
It
I
looked
don't know what I
boring.
was thinking. I didn't know what I was seeing.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was looking at either.
Someone burned her tree, I guess.
No, it was a barbecue.
Mm.
They were having a
she's-
barbecue, I
but
thought.
she said, you owe me a new tree.
Maybe they burnt the tree while they burnt the barbecue.
Yeah, they burned the tree, too.
Yeah, you were paying
looks
closer
like,
attention than me.
It definitely looks like it's going to be a movie that just kind of gets swept under
It's
the rug.
it's a Netflix movie. What do you expect?
Yeah.
And who the fuck is the director of this again?
Isn't it
I'll look it up.
Tyler, or yeah,
Tyler Perry.
the person of interest, Tyler Perry.
Uh-huh.
I saw one of his Netflix movies that was supposed to be like a more serious, like thriller type movie,
Mm-hmm.
and like while it was kind of fun in the like oh, I just want to see what happens, it's fucking stupid, and like it's the most obvious plot. But it's fun just poking, like just making fun of it. My
Really?
sister got mad because she legitimately enjoyed the movie.
Oh, what?
But I was just shitting on it the whole time.
Oh, man.
Because it's a really bad movie.
That
I might
sucks.
suggest that one day.
What?
Oh, no.
I do enjoy watching bad movies.
All right, let's move on to the next movie, The Cursed. Plot. In the late 1800s, a man arrives in a remote country village to investigate an attack by a wild animal who discovers a much deeper and sinister force that has the manor and its town people in its grip. Releases February 18th of 2022.
This is like fucking ad libs.
How you doing, Bob?
You just scratch out one or two details and it's a different movie.
This
Wasn't
Mad
this
Libs, yeah.
Yeah, Mad Libs. Yeah, isn't this just basically the same plot to the that one movie that we saw, which was some priest guy or whatever came? No, it was a photographer. He came to some village where there was some girl that was possessed by some shit. It's basically the same shit in terms of like, there's always
The
a
same
guy
scary
that's
formula.
quote unquote normal,
Oh,
and he
okay,
visits the weird foreign people.
It looks like
It's an
this,
overused trope. Yeah.
definitely. It looks like this is gonna be like a vampire type.
It's got
movie.
everything. It's got vampires. It's got some. I could have sworn I saw some like elongated fire horse.
Fire
At
horse.
one
Oh yeah,
point.
there was burning horses. That was a weird.
That was the
shot.
only cool thing.
Yeah.
And there was
There's a lot of fire.
there
in
was
this
like
movie.
the scarecrow thing. I'm getting
Slender
like
Man was in the movie.
yeah, I'm getting scary story vibes from this. You know that like don't tell scary stories or something like that.
Oh, don't tell scary stories in the dark or something.
Yeah. I'm getting those kind of vibes from this, but just on a much darker tone.
Is this something you guys would watch? It's gonna
Uh,
release in theaters.
Not in
no.
theaters, but it's probably
too
gonna end
gray.
up on Netflix.
Okay.
It'll probably end up on Netflix.
Yeah, maybe someday soon.
There's a bunch of gray. It'll probably
Yeah,
put
it
me to sleep.
looks a little interesting in certain areas, but overall, I don't think it's that enjoyable. Looks kind of boring. Up next, we have the final trailer for Uncharted. Plot. The story is a prequel to the games, starring Holland as a young Drake, showing us details of how he came to meet and befriend Sully. Released February 18th of 2022.
Well, if it's a prequel, I can see why he's so young now.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that earlier
Yeah.
Don't recall.
because Mark Wahlberg is also stupid young for his character.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And then they mention Nathan's brother.
he had a brother.
Yeah,
So if this movie's gonna compete with Cursed, I don't know why they're coming out the same weekend.
oh yeah, no,
Obviously,
I'm sure
It's not gonna be
Uncharted
much
is
of a
gonna.
competition.
Yeah, Uncharted is gonna blow it out of the water. There's no doubt.
Watch Curse actually take this number one spot now.
There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I thought about. What was it?
If
Scream.
if Tom Holland was in, bro, dude, Scream was. What do you not get about Spider-Man being out for fucking 2 months?
I know.
Nah, bro, Scream was a better movie. The Scream multiverse was shattered.
Oh my god.
With Stab and Scream.
But yeah, this movie looks really good, especially for people like me who haven't played the games. They got like these likable actors that we're all familiar with to fill in the roles.
Now that it's prequel, you don't have to actually know the games
exactly.
to enjoy it.
So people who are just interested in the movie and nothing else will be able to, seems like it, they'll be able to enjoy it.
It does spoil a big twist in 4 though, which, well, not even a twist, but just the knowledge that Nathan has a brother.
Oh, okay. Oh well, who cares?
But the
It
action
was
looks
a pretty big deal.
the action looks pretty fun. Like it looks like a fun action movie. I like the color palette too. It's really bright and beachy.
Yeah.
Yep, I get that.
So-
It's a nice step back from all these gray tones and movies we're getting lately.
Exactly.
I don't exactly know like how they're implementing these set pieces that were in like later games. Like that plane scene is almost 1-to-1 with the one in Uncharted 3, and he's like way older in that.
Maybe they're
than
just
this.
taking the best of from the games and putting it into the movie.
Yeah, I doubt they want to make another one unless it sells really
this-
well.
This will probably be standalone because I don't know what they'll have to do a lot to top whatever they do in this movie. Then,
Well, there's
especially if they're taking stuff from like the games.
well, yeah.
like
I
big
mean, they
events.
didn't take all the set pieces. There's one at least that I know of, which is that plane scene.
The plane scene's pretty
And
popular.
then
about
they
the boat
added a
scene?
new one, which was the boat scene.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh,
It's
the
like-
one with the helicopters.
It's like Captain Hook's flying ship, but
I
it's being
thought I
propelled
was
by
on the
helicopters.
first without minus the helicopters. I thought we were on like the set of another Pirates of the Caribbean movie for a second.
I think this will be a step backwards in terms of the storytelling of the Uncharted series, just because 4 did the best job in terms of that franchise.
Mhm.
Like one wasn't all that good in
kinda
terms
boring.
of its writing, except for like dialogue, like between Drake and Elena.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I don't know.
They got chemistry, bro.
I feel like this one is just straight, like, you just want action.
straight
Yeah, this
booty
is
cheeks.
just for the casual viewer. who's
And
familiar.
on that point, I'm like, I don't know how much I'll like this
Did
movie.
you just call me a filthy casual?
I'm a
Yeah.
casual. All right, up next we have Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, Pinocchio.
Plot: a darker
Cuphead.
version of the classic children's fairy tale of a wooden puppet that transforms into a real living boy. Releases December of 2022.
This is a movie or a
I believe it's a
Show.
movie.
I think it's a Netflix movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's a Netflix movie by.
I don't like
Guillermo del
Pinocchio.
Toro.
I don't. I
Well,
don't
apparently, with the description says it's going to be a darker version, and the actual story of Pinocchio is dark.
Like it. What is he gonna kill him? Kill
Well-
people with his elongated nose by telling
No,
lies?
at the end, Pinocchio gets hanged and he dies on a tree.
Oh,
and the
fuck.
actual story,
That is dark.
That's cool.
because
did
the
not see that
author
character.
wanted the moral to be, if you don't
Don't.
listen to the rules, bad shit will happen to you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was never the biggest fan of Pinocchio.
No, neither was I.
But
But
obviously,
that's just
Disney
fucked up.
Yeah,
I like-
obviously Disney cleaned the hell out of it to make it for kids.
I like Jiminy. I don't
Wait,
really like
did Disney
Pinocchio.
give him the rights to this?
Well,
It's
these
just a fairy tale.
Fairy tales are like public domain, so
Oh.
you just can't copy the characters that Disney used. You got to make them unique.
Oh, okay,
Did you
so
know that in like 3 or 4 years, Mickey Mouse will become public domain?
I don't think that's gonna
unless
happen.
unless they push forward with their.
They
they're
always
probably
do.
they're gonna push forward.
They
for it,
always do. They've done it for years.
But I don't give a fuck
It was
about
supposed to be public domain years ago.
Mickey Mouse bothers the hell out of me.
Why?
Yeah, I don't like him. He's weird.
He's weird. He's just
You're
a
weird
mouse,
too,
bro.
but we stick with you.
Yeah, but he's like bad weird.
How's he bad weird? What?
He's ugly.
What does he do? He's ugly. That's just that he's unattractive. I'm sorry you're not attracted to this mouse character.
Man, you have very
He's not
strong
a cool
opinions on
character, bro.
people who just look a certain way.
Look, yes.
This mouse is not hot enough. we need to make him sexier.
Look, his personality, his voice is weird.
They give mini pants. Do you like those?
Oh yeah, they gave Minnie.
I don't like
pantsuit.
that character
A pantsuit.
either. I don't like.
What they changed her character?
I don't
design.
like
She's
her
got
either. I
pantsuit
didn't
now.
even know she existed until like 5 years ago.
She's a strong, independent woman now. She's a boss.
Even though she's had pants in the
Girl
past
boss.
too.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
like any of the Mickey Mouse characters.
You don't like Goofy?
Wow.
You be
Goofy's-
acting
fucking
like
sick,
him, bro.
dude.
Goofy's part of Mickey Mouse.
Bro, you look like
Yes.
Donald Duck.
Oh. Okay, Donald Duck, Goofy, I like.
I thought you said you don't like any of.
I didn't know they were part of the Mickey Mouse.
What about Pluto,
thing.
bro?
You
I don't like him.
Pluto?
You don't like Pluto?
No.
Wow, he's a good boy.
I don't like Pluto.
All right.
I hate
Well,
Mickey Mouse.
moving back to the trailer. I know we only saw like 2 seconds of the trailer because that's all that's available. What did you guys think of it?
There's
I
nothing
mean,
to think.
Considering what you told me about what the fucking ending of the book is, like, and not Jiminy talking about like, oh, I knew the story about blah 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 blah.
Might have
Like
to give it a shot.
maybe it's already implying that he died.
Oh, maybe.
It's the fact that he said he lived inside of Pinocchio's heart kind of makes me think, did he eat Pinocchio's heart?
The animation's cool.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. It's a December movie.
I might give it a shot.
I don't know how well it's gonna do because there's always so much
It's
competition.
giving me
on Christmas.
vibes of A Boy Named Christmas.
I'm getting Coraline vibes actually.
Coraline.
Well, just because it's a December movie and it's on
That's
Netflix.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, up next we have the Cuphead Show. Plot: follow the misadventures of the impulsive Cuphead and his cautious but persuasive brother Mugman in this animated series based on the hit video game. Releases February 18th of 2022. What do you guys think?
It looks cool. There's some points where the animation looks more like it's trying to be like Ren and Stimpy more than Fleischer.
Oh.
And like I don't really jive with that too much because they like the facial expressions are like a little too ugly at points. I'm like, yeah, I don't really dig that. But for the most part, the trailer looked pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The voices aren't exactly what I would want.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about this off air, but I wasn't a big fan of the voices. Like someone,
I don't like them either.
Yeah, it's just not how I imagined
The
it.
devil one is the worst, I feel.
I think they're trying too hard to be like
the devil one
1940s.
kind of reminds me of the devil from Cow and Chicken. You remember the show?
I barely.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The faintest memory.
Yeah, very faint.
Well, that was a weird show.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare-fueled show.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember not watching it much because I was actually kind of afraid of it. I was like, what the frick? All right, but yeah, this trailer, yeah, I don't know. It looks kind of like, I don't know what they're gonna do with all this plot because the whole plot is like, boss fights in the game.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that like midway through the trailer when they were showing off the frogs.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were gonna like introduce them and like what are they gonna do with them? Are they gonna have just like adventures with them or like against them, but not in terms of boss fights?
Yeah.
Because if they do the boss fights and they just like reenact the moves from it, it would look a little
weaker.
uncreative.
Yeah, it looked weaker than the actual game because at that point you might as well just play the game.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, so you just made a whole show just to show us basically what the boss fights would look like if they were talking.
If
Just
you were
give us
good.
Cuphead 2.
If you were good.
Well, we're getting the DLC soon.
That's not
Hey.
Cuphead 2, though.
Yeah, but
Something
I mean,
else.
it took Cuphead like 8 or 10 years to come out in the first place
That's true.
Why?
But
because
now they
it
should
was
have a
hand drawn.
Yeah,
okay.
but now they should have a studio because that was just like a few people
It
working.
was
on
2 people.
Yeah, 2 dudes taking out mortgages on their house.
Yeah.
Now they should have enough. I would think they would have enough money to have a studio now.
If they even want that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But for now, let's move on and then let's get into the spoiler-free review.
It's about time.
Spoiler-free review for King Kong. King Kong released December 14 of 2005, starring Naomi Watts, Jack Black, and Adrian Brody. Directed by Peter Jackson, rated PG-13. Plot summary. A greedy film producer assembles a team of movie makers and sets out to the infamous Skull Island, where they find more than just cannibalistic natives. What are your guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
It's a dated movie.
It is.
Oh, by the way, this is a movie Javier recommended. He's not here for it.
This is the 2005 King Kong movie, by the
Have
way.
air. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie.
Ever.
Like, I've been up all night and like I've been going in and out of consciousness with both of these movies. So I'm not gonna be taking charge in any of these points probably.
I'll do what I can because I was actually.
Yeah, I watched
Doing
them
what
too
I can.
because I watched them during the week. I get you guys have work, but at the same time, when I'm out from work, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, no, I've always procrastinated. In high school, I would wait till last minute
Honestly,
for like
same.
our college credit like
But-
20-page essays. I would wait
I do the same.
the night before.
I did that once, but then I ended up like you guys, where it's like I'm so tired.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm just
then-
like horrible.
Hey,
feeling.
I stream, okay, so I have
True.
somewhat of an excuse.
True. You do follow your daily streaming thing.
I was just reading my manga.
I
Fair
don't
enough,
blame you
fair
that.
enough.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'll take that priority, bro.
The manga is so good, bro. It legit. The main character is probably my favorite.
All
right,
All
I'm
right, but we
gonna
gotta talk
stop.
about
Yeah,
King Kong. Yeah.
All right. For this movie, I've seen it before, obviously, a couple times.
I think we all have. Yeah.
It's a good movie. I enjoy seeing Big Monkey. So yeah, it's just a fun movie to watch.
Yeah,
I enjoy
I agree.
seeing
It's
Big Monkey.
it's an enjoyable adventure. It's really cheesy in some parts, but I think that's part of the charm of this film.
I don't know how the fuck I forgot so much about this movie the
You
first
guys
time I
so
watched
gay.
this shit, because I'm like, damn, there's a lot of time like on this island.
Yeah.
All I remember is the fucking boat scenes with Jack Black on them.
Maybe that's all.
And then people telling him to like, yeah, you can't stop making the movie or whatever the fuck.
Honestly, okay, so if you told me that the Jack Black's character in the movie made this movie, I'd believe it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, obviously this movie is very nostalgic to me because I remember that was my first movie I watched in an AMC theater. Although I'm not as big a fan of AMC, I do like the theater.
Really?
And I just don't like the popcorn. But yeah, overall it was a fun movie to rewatch and probably one of the better King Kong movies that
Well,
I've seen anyway.
It's super mindless, sometimes fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's very brutal like kills.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Yeah, especially for a PG-13 movie, all the deaths were on screen and brutal. So it's like they were.
It is 2005 though. So.
Yeah,
Like just like King Kong just like pulling back the dinosaur's jaws.
I remember watching that theaters. I was like, oh!
Not spoilers.
When I was like 13
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
not.
I don't remember how old I
Oh,
was.
well.
No, less than that. I was like probably like 8.
But yeah,
I was 2, bro.
the action was
Yeah, right.
the action is pretty significant there. It does not the CGI does not hold up.
No, it didn't.
I feel it holds up
No,
when
it-
it's all CGI.
Oh yeah.
There-
It holds
CGI.
up better
I
when
meant-
it's all CGI.
Yes, I meant green screen, not CGI.
I don't know about you guys, but I also like the 1930s New York that we got to see.
Yes, I really enjoyed
I
that.
like that.
I like the period there,
Mhm.
like when it's not the war, obviously, but
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys' ratings out of 10 for this film?
that's a tough one actually.
6.5.
6.5. That's a fair review.
I like the actors, so I'm, like this. It's a terrible reason to give it a good rating, but because of the casting, I'm giving it an 8.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm giving it a 7.7 is
Who
what I have
in
here.
the cast?
I'll see.
Jack Black, Andy Serkis,
Circus.
Circus, whatever. Adrian Brody.
I don't know who that is.
I recognize him from a lot of movies. I just don't.
Yeah,
know
you
what,
can
and
click
he's
on
pretty
his
good.
thing and it'll show his movies. So click on his name right there.
Oh, also, heads
Adrian.
up. I haven't seen either of the other King Kong movies.
Scroll up to where it says movies and TV shows. Oh, okay, yeah, this is. I definitely.
Oh
have
yeah,
you
he was
seen
in
the
the
other ones?
Predator.
Oh, the love interest or whatever.
Have you
He's in-
seen the other King Kong movies, Alexa?
Yes, I have.
I think this
yeah,
is better
he
than
was in
Skull
Splice.
Island. Would you agree?
Yes,
That was the one where
Skull Island was good, but it was not good enough to.
it was not even memorable to me.
No, it's
I don't
not as memorable
remember
as
anything
this.
from Skull Island.
I heard it did really bad.
Yeah, I watched it in theaters, and that was kind of a mistake.
And then I didn't even see King versus or what,
Godzilla vs. Kong. I
yeah.
got so bored of that movie, I stopped halfway. I don't know why that movie got so
I
much
enjoyed
hype.
that movie.
I saw clips and it looked cool.
Yeah, it was a good mindless action movie.
Yeah, but what I liked about this one is that the mindless action was humans trying to escape danger, and then Kong versus Godzilla is just two monsters fighting.
Yeah, I thought I recognized this actor from Predator and Splice.
All right. So let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it an 81 out of 100. Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter is not available. They didn't review this movie. Audience in IMDb is a 7.2 out of 10, and Rotten Tomato audience is a 50%. So the average of all these scores is 67.67%.
No, it's around. Yeah, no, I would give it that. Because I was debating like 6.5 or very low 7.
This dude's got hell of good movies under his name.
He's a very prolific actor.
He
yeah.
is. Yeah. He's 5'8" too at the time. I'm sorry.
Why do you care about his height?
'Cause I'm short.
Now, before we jump into the spoiler-free review, like, comment, subscribe. Also, check out these guys. Their links will be in the description below for their social media. We are also on most of the podcast platforms, so give a listen anywhere at any time.
Are we on Samsung.com?
I wish.
Are we on Cricket?
I need to trade in my
Cricket?
phone.
Yeah, the service.
Oh my
That's
fucking
right,
god!
bro.
I forgot about the move to iOS app. I'm gonna talk shit about that later.
All right, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion. Let's take an in-depth review of King Kong, starting with the scene where Carl sails away on a ship. So after being rejected from the studio alone, Carl sneaks away with his film assistant and equipment in order to complete his film. Along the way, he convinces Anne, an out-of-work theater actress, to star in his movie. He also deceives Jack, his scriptwriter, into staying on board the ship as they sail away to Skull Island, evading the police. I think this scene really sets up Carl's character as willing to do whatever it takes to get his way. So what did you guys think of this whole opening scenes, the first few moments of the film?
The beginning,
Very
up to that part
charismatic.
is very good. Yeah, he's a cool character. You can tell he's a con man, but that's part of his charm. Jack Black just does a fantastic job with his character in general. So basically, anytime I see Jack Black in a role, I'm going to pretty much say he's fantastic.
I was not looking forward to the liar revealed story, which is, very typical.
Mm-hmm. At least they kind of brushed it to the side in this movie.
Yeah.
Because everybody just kind of knew, other than a few naive employees of his. that-
Like Anna Darrow, who was played by Naomi. She didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but for the most part, like, the captain knew right away. He's like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. But, so, yeah. What did you guys think of the other characters? We had Anne and Jack. Anne was the actress and Jack was the scriptwriter.
I thought she was trying too hard.
Okay.
Mainly because, that was her job, is to try too hard because she's trying to be an actor. And to be an actor in a movie where you're playing an actor, you're going to be, like, going way over the top to play that
it's
role.
very meta.
So, by me saying that basically says she's doing a fantastic job, I guess.
Playing an
Because
actor.
the fact that I said that means she did her job perfectly.
Yeah.
I didn't really connect with any of the characters.
I connected with Jack Black because I just...
To me, most of them were
Jack
like
Black.
one note.
Yeah, they were kind of very basic characters. You
I
know,
think
the-
that was the point in this movie, to be exact.
I think there was mostly a focus on the action and adventure side of it, but still, I would have liked, like Jesus was kind of hinting at, to get more in depth on some of these characters, so I can project my emotions onto them.
Yeah, and then you'd feel, like
I think-
you'd want them to stay safe from King Kong.
I think
at
all
points.
the emotion went towards the monkey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big
He's the
monkey.
one who's got the best character development.
Literally,
in this movie.
he actually has like more emotions than most of the characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the love interest also kind of seemed a little
Who's
forced.
the love interest again?
Jack and
Adrian?
Anne. Jack and Anne. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
the writer
love interest.
guy?
That was
The-
between Anne and Adrian Brody, which is Jack Driscoll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you were
yeah,
talking about
Jack-
Jack Black for a second.
No,
okay.
yeah, Jack Black.
They're
No, I'm
two
sorry, I'm
characters.
referring to the
Jack.
characters as their names, as their character names.
But yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, yeah, it was forced, but like, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. So next, let's talk about the ship arriving to Skull Island. So after Carl convinces the captain to keep sailing into the open seas, they're soon met with strong currents and giant rocks along the coast. The ship crashes, and the crew struggles to navigate the rough seas. When daylight finally breaks, Carl takes his film crew, Anne and Jack, to the Skull Island via rowboat. There, they encounter hostile natives who kill Carl's assistant and take Anne hostage. They barely escape, only for Anne to be stolen away in the middle of the night.
So that when they get to the island, that was very brutal. Like we said, for a PG-13 movie, we don't expect this level of brutality. Honestly.
Yeah, dude got speared right in his freaking heart.
Speared, and when he got, was this a spoiler filled or?
This spoiler filled.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And when they put his head on the stone and just bashed
Oh,
his
yeah.
head in.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, that was kind of off screen, but we still got to see enough of it where we clearly know enough and like see enough of it where it's pretty bad.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah, I guess that kind of comes with not making any of the characters too in depth, because at that point anybody could die.
I think that's why they decided not to make the characters as like why they made the characters one-note characters.
I wonder if the what are they called? The tribe of people have a name?
The Skull Islanders.
The Skull Islanders. if it'd be considered like like kind of racist or something by today's standard.
I can see what you mean by that.
Because they kind of look like they're wearing blackface. A little bit.
Yeah, and they present them as these
savages.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it? The Iwi?
I can see that.
The Iwi are...
But then again, they did have something similar in Jungle Cruise.
I think this is
Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, like they had a tribe of like.
But in Jungle Cruise, they were pretending to be savages because they were hired by the
That
Rock.
is true.
They are natives of the island, though, so they might have, like, at one point been like that until, obviously, civilization hit the island, so... There's one's more evolved, one's not as evolved.
But yeah, this whole sequence. So my question is, why were they doing that? Were they like sacrificing them to Kong or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lady was the sacrifice,
the chick, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know why they decided to kill the others.
They're just like, fuck.
I mean,
they were probably just threatened by them.
They were also
guess, yeah.
they were
Their
also
presence.
afraid of gunshots. So my guess is that people have come to this island before with guns.
So they probably.
But also, I mean, loud sound make
True.
you jump.
Making killing person, loud sound killing person. That is pretty scary. True.
Pretty scary, true.
Pretty scary and true.
loud sound killing person.
Loud sound killing person. That's how you would interpret it.
That's
Because you
true.
wouldn't understand like a bullet just zipped out of that gun.
They are very isolated. So yeah, they don't. They probably obviously, like I said, never
Boom,
encountered
stick,
stuff
kill.
like that.
You're telling me they don't know how to do algebra?
Probably not.
Dang.
I mean, they probably have a concept of it, like
Math.
yeah. So
They understand that big monkey bad, at least.
All right. Next, let's talk about the crew looking for Anne. So this is gonna encompass a lot of the film. So we'll break it down based on what you guys want to talk about. So Jack refuses to leave Anne behind. He convinces the captain to let the few of his crew head out to look for her on Skull Island. There, they encounter dinosaurs, giant insects, and many other dangers. Meanwhile, Anne bonds with Kong, who has taken her away. She sees a vulnerable side to him, and he protects her from the dangers of the island. It makes me wonder why he chose Anne to protect.
I wonder if this is a young Kong or something like that. Because the way he acts, I understand that even like adult gorillas or whatever, silverback, whatever kind of gorilla this is, they can act playful. But the way he was acting specifically,
Like with a temper tantrum.
yeah, temper tantrums. Like I get the feeling he might just be a child. Like he's the last one alive of his kind. So
Probably young.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous. It wasn't as clear since there's no fucking sequel to it, like with the other one, the other Kong series.
Yeah.
Because I saw clips of that at least, and you could tell the first one he's younger.
I mean, in the original one, they straight up say Kong was a small gorilla that just somehow grew to be like 30 feet tall.
And then in Skull Island, they rewrite the lore where he's the last of his kind and all the other gorillas have been killed off. But in this one, yeah, they don't really go in depth with the lore, which is fine because, the whole movie's for adventure.
King Kong's a big dumb gorilla in concept. I don't think you have to flesh him out unless you plan on making the whole movie.
They
based
fleshed
on
him
that.
out better than the other characters.
But what did you guys think of this whole adventure on Skull Island? I think this was my favorite part of the movie.
This is where I had a problem with the green screen. Like, okay, so Jack, not Jack Black, the other Jack, when he was running from the dinosaurs, he looked like he was straight up floating.
Yeah, that looks so bad.
He looked like he was floating.
I think that was the worst looking part in the movie.
I was like, bro's not even moving.
He levitated, bro.
He was like flailing his arms.
It was so bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was rough.
There's also the scene, like, this is way later on when Kong's in the theater. But, like, Kong, like, being put into this, like, real theater, you could just see how bad he moves.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the dinosaur death, or the dinosaur
love
deaths
that.
where they were stampeding.
Oh, the stampeding part?
Yeah, what about the stampeding part? What do you guys think of that? So, what was it? It was
I thought it was a very unnecessary scene.
Carl and the other actor whose name
They
I
wanted
forget.
a flex, I think.
I think they wanted to flex their budget for the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the poor quality CGI dinosaurs. The T-Rex was not
It was
bad, though.
amazing at the time, I think.
Okay, at the time,
Yeah, at the
yes.
time it looked good.
I mean, if anyone says that him running on that was good for the time, I will literally stab them or something. In Minecraft, obviously.
In Minecraft.
But yeah, it was funny. But yeah, deaths were a little intense, but because you got to see them squished, but at the same time, yeah, the CG. Looking back on it now, it does make it a little goofy.
And I know that I'm probably thinking about it too much because it's a big dumb movie, but like how the dinosaurs survived on Skull Island.
Yeah, they don't go into the lore of anything. It's just like here's
I
dinosaurs.
think the dinosaurs in this case were supposed to be like the equivalent of the 2017 creatures that were on Earth.
The kaijus.
The kaijus, yeah. I think that's what they were supposed to be, the equivalent of the kaijus. They're the ones that probably killed off Kong's brethren.
But they're called V-Rexes, aren't they?
Fuck if I know.
Okay, and what about the scene where they were attacked by the insects, like these slug-looking things and the giant mosquitoes?
This island must have been hella forgotten by time. That's the only thing I can think of.
It reminds me of the Wii game Escape from Bug Island.
Escape from
I actually
Bug
don't know that game.
It's very obscure
Look it up.
and really bad.
But
The only reason I know about it is because that YouTube channel that I mentioned last time, they did a little playthrough of it
Oh,
for
really?
like an hour or so.
Escape from Bug Island.
At least I think that's what it's called. I'm not completely sure.
So yeah, this movie makes me wonder about its lore because obviously,
I actually remember this game.
Wait, you do?
Yes, I never played, but I remember it.
oh,
I wanted to play it when it was when we had the family video back there.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad, bro. It's a piece of shit.
oh my gosh, yeah, the giant bugs were
Is that
It's
King Kong?
I remember the giant bugs were creepy when I was younger, but yeah, obviously now as time progresses, it's really goofy, but it's still kind of fun.
What is that?
It's a V-Rex, bro.
What about you guys' favorite scene that you guys keep talking about? The one where Kong rips up that T-Rex.
That was pretty hype.
Yeah, dude.
A lot more brutal than I was expecting.
Freaking tore his jaw open. That was intense.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
That
that was
was
a very cool fight scene, honestly.
There's not much more to say about
Yeah,
that.
it was dope fight.
I like how he played with the jaw when he broke it. He's
Yeah.
just like,
He's got that's
that's
right. He
one
does
reason
got
why I
that.
said he feels like a kid, because
He's got the child mindset or younger mindset. Yeah.
I mean, I get that it's an ape, but still, like, they're still very intelligent creatures, so they know different behaviors.
So some thoughts I had while watching this movie is obviously the one we hit on. Why is Kong the only giant gorilla? Another question I had.
Fuck is that?
Another question I had is why is there so many slow motion shots in this movie?
Because it was the style at the time.
Yeah, I guess so. Every other scene, it would be like,
Are you talking about the slow motion where it also had that weird, what was it, like the blurriness when they moved?
Yeah, that happened a lot.
It
during the
worked
movie.
well when
In
it
some
was.
moments.
It worked very well when they first met
The Islanders.
tribe.
Yeah,
the tribe members. It worked very well there. It really.
got overused after that.
Yes, after that, but it was terrifying in that scene.
Yeah,
yeah.
they were probably like, how do we make this scene intense without having to do any reshoots or adding any new scenes? They're like, yeah, just slow it down a couple seconds.
And blur the background.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Should have added shaky cam.
No, that would have ruined this movie.
Can't spell, bro.
Yeah, of course it would.
Is there? a
Why do you
remaster?
keep looking at the...
Yeah, let's stop with the Bug Island pictures. You can look it up later. You can probably.
I'm not
buy
buying
it.
this game, bro.
It's probably like $5.
It's pretty funny.
It's probably like $5.
It's
Dude.
legit really funny.
All right, next let's talk about Kong being captured. So once the crew finds Anne, they make their way back to the ship. Carl had convinced the captain to capture Kong. The crew sets up a trap with ropes, bulgers, and chloroform. The plan almost fails because when Kong sees Anne is unhappy, he tries to rescue her. But Carl hits him in the face with a bottle of chloroform, knocking him unconscious. The scene is intense because you can see the basic trap that they set up giving out.
Only one bottle worked.
You also get to see what all the chloroform was for, because I was so confused by it at the beginning. I was like, are they kidnappers or something?
Yeah, he seemed. Was Kong knocked out from that point where they threw the chloroform all the way to New York or whatever the fuck?
There's no way that would have happened, bro.
Because he was still like dazed when they first showed his ass off.
They needed it.
Unless they just kept chucking bottles at his face.
Maybe. How did they even get him on the ship?
Yeah, he should be pretty heavy.
Muscles.
Muscles.
So yeah, what do you guys think of this whole action sequence? Kong going crazy while they try to capture him.
It was cool seeing.
You should have been able to kill him, no problem.
Well, he's literally just an oversized gorilla. He doesn't have anything all that special besides.
Fair.
He
has an axe in the new movies.
Yeah, that's a different series. And even in the clips that I saw of those other two movies, he still gets fucked up a lot.
You're right.
You're right.
Axe.
It's not like the axe gives him armor or something.
Thor's axe or Thor's hammer.
But it was cool seeing him be so agile and like on the metal girders and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool seeing him move, because his specialty is him just being agile.
Yeah, fast monkey. All right, next let's talk about the scene where Kong dies. So after finally being reunited with Anne after escaping this theater that he was being held captive in, King is relentlessly pursued by the army and the police force. His destruction and escape from the theater made him public enemy number 1. He takes Anne and climbs to the highest tower of New York. Anne tries to yell at oncoming planes to hold their fire, but they are relentless. They soon shoot down the giant ape, and he falls to his death in the middle of New York.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Hundreds of onlookers gather, trying to photograph and see the giant gorilla one last time. This ending is very tragic for Kong because he was stolen away from his home and killed by the people who cared nothing for him.
Yeah. When I saw the moment happen, I was legit shocked because I did not remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I legit didn't remember what happened to him.
Oh, boy got shot down. Freaking yeeted off the building.
I'll yeet you off the building next time.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
that was
it's pretty sad.
Yeah, that's probably the most iconic part of the whole film because there's a lot of like pictures of Kong fighting airplanes.
It's the most iconic part in any King Kong movie.
King Kong.
Yeah, and I think they did a really good job here with that.
I'm sad they didn't do it in the 2017 movie.
Yeah,
was that more modern tech in? Yeah, right. Because they had like army like.
That wasn't like.
The old days.
That was in 1930s, so they wouldn't have biplanes.
No.
Well, you technically can, but why would they send biplanes out?
And I guess they can't really kill him off by throwing him off the Empire State Building because they needed him for the Godzilla rematch. But
Especially, I mean, good thing too because that movie flopped, so they wouldn't have been making their money back. And
this movie was better, I'd say, than those ones, and his tragic ending, made it a really good one film that encompasses the whole story.
Yep.
So, what are you guys' final ratings for this film? This is not
7.5.
7.5.
I'm very against the ratings of decimal points, but I'll give it a 6.8.
Hey,
Oh!
7.5 for me too, out of 10. Yeah, there's not too much to talk about because it's just action, really. Too bad Javier isn't here to give his input on his movie.
Mr. suggests this long ass movie.
3 hours and 21 minutes. I forgot it was such a long movie,
I was
bro.
so surprisingly. How much time do you need with this fucking monkey, bro?
All the time. We need more monkey.
We
All right.
do, though.
This IMDb audience member gave it a 7 out of 10. The original King Kong is a masterpiece and one of the greatest movies in cinema history. In 1993,
bro.
Jurassic Park was a great succession. This 2005 remake of King Kong is technically perfect, blending King Kong with Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, it does not have the charm of the original movie. The story is too long and was partially miscast. Jack Black is the role of the ambitious director, and Adrian Brody as a romantic pair with Naomi Watts do not fit well. However, Naomi Watts is excellent performing the beauty that defeats the beast. Peter Jackson's version entertains. The younger generation will certainly love, but the 1933 is the best and better. My vote is 7.
Is he suggesting that there was something going on between King Kong and Anne?
What he's well, they said at the end of the movie that it was the beauty who killed the beast.
Yeah.
The whole reason Kong died was
Yeah,
because
I forgot about that.
The moral of the lesson is don't simp for women, bro.
It gets you killed.
it gets you shot down on top of the Empire State. Oh my god.
Oh man.
This dude, yeah, is really dedicated to the original King Kong movie.
Jesus
oh my god, that actually
Christ.
scared me. There you go. You found a use for the sound
I
effect.
did.
Oh my god. Yeah, that woke me up. This reviewer gave it a 1 out of 10. Peter Jackson's remake of the classic is pathetic. Too long, boring, and the cast members were going through the motions, particularly Jack Black and Naomi Watts. Black came across as the oldest human being still going through puberty, aka a street punk, much too young for the part.
Dude's a fucking hater.
And Watts' performance makes Britney Spears seem like a diva. Getting shot at sunrise would be a happy alternative to watching this commercial scum. How Peter Jackson made a masterpiece followed by a flaming disaster will be written about by film historians as proof that one can
This
mistake
guy
luck
has a rage boner for this movie.
It will be some time before Peter Jackson gets $20 million up front.
Oh my god. This guy has a rage boner.
How true is that? I want to see what movies Peter Jackson made after this.
He
Can you pull it up?
He made Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. He said, "Hey, I like that Jackson kid. Let me make a movie about him."
This guy is just Gunner One, as that's his name.
But he's the director.
Was he really?
Yeah. So what movies has he worked on after Kong?
He was actually Percy Jackson.
Lord of the Rings, Hobbit.
Oh, he made the Hobbit series.
Oh, he was in it.
What? You didn't know that? Surprised.
Peter Jackson's The Hobbit.
Tintin. Lord of the Fans. Ringers. Lord of the Fans. What the hell's this?
So I'd say this comment is wrong.
Is that a
because
Halo movie?
He made
Yeah,
some,
that's a Halo movie. Forward Unto Dawn.
he made some bad ones and some good ones. It seems so.
Wait, what are these? The Sci-Fi Boys? Is it more gorilla movies? He's got a thing for gorilla movies.
There's only 2.
This
Plus
Meta-
King Kong.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it 100 out of 100. What a movie!
What a
This
movie.
this is how the medium seduced us originally.
Gross.
And this Metacritic reviewer gave it a 50 out of 100. Our response to the apes' doom, once touched by authentic tragedy, is now marked by relief that this wretchedly excessive movie is finally over.
Jeez.
This Rotten Tomato audience member gave it a 5 out of 5. This movie really is epic. Even at 3 hours, never does this film become dull or
I
boring.
kind of disagree with that.
Jack Black, Naomi Watts, and Adrian Brody play excellent roles, and they're great special effects for an absolute must see.
Okay.
Like, how
He
is this
should bring
bitch
it back to a
longer
4
than
for the last sentence.
like how is this bitch longer than Saving Private Ryan?
There's more gorilla.
Like how much?
Bigger gorilla, bigger runtime.
Like it's literally just a movie about a big dumb monkey getting taken away from home.
Bro, it's sad.
We gotta
bro.
talk about the adventure up to that, though. You know?
We got to see the backstory.
And all it took was just a bottle of chloroform to knock his ass out. Like legit, if you counted the adventure part as filler, this movie would be like half as long.
It would be like at least an hour, 20 minutes. At least.
They probably could have shortened out significantly the beginning of the film.
I don't know. I kind of like the beginning of the movie, though.
Yeah.
My favorite part's the running scene.
So check out our previous podcast if you've enjoyed this so far. We upload new episodes weekly. Also check out our Patreon. Any help is greatly
Bro, you said that
appreciated.
fast as hell.
I always do with the transitions.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take an intermission?
I think I can take one.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's take an intermission.
favorite scary movie.
All right, and we're back completely. Like Mike is working now too.
Mike's here, huh?
Yeah.
Bit. All right.
Very hot.
Time for spoiler-free review of Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan was released July 24th of 1998, starring Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, and Tom Sizemore, directed by Steven Spielberg, rated R. Plot summary. Following the Normandy landings, a group of U.S. soldiers go behind enemy lines to retrieve a paratrooper whose brothers have been killed in action. What are you guys' overall thoughts without getting into spoilers?
I wasn't expecting this, honestly.
What do you mean?
Like, I wasn't expecting this movie to be what it was. I thought it was just going to be like your typical feel-good war movie.
Typical feel-good war movie.
Where they come back safe and sound to their families, all happy. They won the war, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I didn't expect it exactly what it was going to be either, because I thought that like Ryan was just trying to save himself or something, even though it's called Saving Private Ryan.
He's trying to desert me.
I feel like I have like fucking ingrained fake memories of this movie.
Yeah, I sensed that you guys had like some hesitancy watching this movie.
Nah, I knew that it was good.
I didn't know anything about this movie.
Okay. Because I know Javier last night was saying, isn't that boring or something like that? And I'm like, no, it's good.
I got that feeling from it, yes. When I see the cover of it.
I hope he still watches it,
Yeah.
especially since he fucking got my Amazon account.
But this movie, yeah, like, I'm glad that I've at least gotten to where I'm at in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is actually really, really fucking good.
Yeah, so it's probably one of the best World War II movies that I've ever seen. It's a tragic story that can make you tear up, and it shows the gruesome nature of the battlefield.
Tom Hanks does almost as good a job.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks
Tom Hanks.
I know it's Hanks.
does almost as good a job.
He almost did as good a job in this role as he did as Woody in Kingdom Hearts 3, where he faces down Organization 13
Oh my god.
and he tells them to back off.
Oh no. You are a toy!
No, that's not the same.
Organization 13!
Yeah, it's like these like dark emo dudes, like anime guys.
Let's get back to the movie. Yeah, there's some moral conflict that can arise from following orders, which is, you know, the heavy topic in this movie. And it's definitely one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies.
It's not from Organization 13. Oh, Faces.
So what are you guys' ratings out of 10 for Saving Private Ryan?
It's like a high 8, low 9 for me.
Okay. What about you, Aleksey?
Hi, yeah. Even though I haven't quite finished it yet because I fell asleep.
It did not feel like it was from 1998.
Yeah, it
really felt very
And
modern.
the effects or the props or whatever
It's timeless.
they used, it's so well done.
It's timeless, yeah. It's still talked about to this day. Like, I still see TikToks and YouTube shorts on it.
Like the gore is like really well done.
Yeah, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. This is a really great movie. Let's compare to some online ratings. The critics for Metascore gave it a 91 out of 100. Rotten Tomatoes, Tomatometer, no reviews. Audience and IMDb, 8.6 out of 10. And Rotten Tomato audience is a 95%. So the average of all these scores is a 90.67. So before we jump into the spoiler-free review, like, comment, subscribe. Also check out these guys. Their links will be in the social media. Their social media links will be in the description below. We are also most of the podcast platform, so give us a listen at anywhere at any time. All right, let's get into the spoiler-filled discussion. Let's take an in-depth review of Saving Private Ryan. So starting with the D-Day scene. So Captain Miller and his soldiers arrive on the beaches of France under heavy fire. Mass chaos ensues as the Allied casualties goes up and their troops were unprepared for the slaughter. However, Captain Miller makes do with what he has, taking his soldiers and securing the beach. This is the most intense intro to a film that I've probably ever seen. It's the most iconic scene of the movie, and it doesn't hold anything back. What did you guys think of this?
Yeah,
I didn't expect
it was
that
fantastic.
start, honestly. Like, holy shit. Like, that's brutal.
I thought it was gonna cut like cut back, like it would show them like coming and like storming the beaches, right? In color, and then it would like cut back
Yeah, I thought it was
into
gonna be something
black
like
and
this.
white, and then showing real wartime footage or something.
I thought Tom Hanks was gonna show up like this on the beach.
Was strutting around.
Oh my
but
God.
that did not happen.
I think we knew what we were getting into from the moment that we saw them on the boats, because there was people throwing up before they even landed.
It reminds me of
If that's how it actually started, like in the actual war, that's very sad. How easily our troops would have had died.
Yeah,
right
they
off
were
the bat.
getting
like they didn't even get onto land.
they
before
were getting mowed down just
Yeah.
coming out of the boat.
people were
So-
on fire.
Yeah, people were.
That
on fire.
was.
freaking shells were
that's-
exploding everywhere.
It's hard to just imagine that, knowing that how many people died just from that
That was insane.
before we even got any ground.
That was scary. Yeah, I would have been freaking out. But yeah, this whole scene, I think Captain Miller really displayed his leadership, because once he realized that things weren't going to plan, he made do with what he had, and he led his men to victory,
Yeah.
even if they did lose a bunch of people.
Yeah, definitely. And then they talked about like the casualties, and I was like, whoa, that's like not as many as I thought it was gonna be. Like just showing on the the scene prior to that.
Yeah, I think it's just because that's the specific area they landed on the
Yeah.
beach, not the whole operation for
Uh-huh.
that time. But yeah, those deaths were brutal, man. Like the guy who got shot in the helmet and then he took it off. He got
What?
shot in
I don't understand why you took it off. Like I get like you're in shock and you're like, oh shit, let me inspect this, but like they're gonna shoot again.
Or
So.
when he was talking to the telephone guy and then he rolls him over and his face is blown off.
Jeez, yeah.
It was freaking wild, man. There's a lot of intense action in this opening scene.
What was the budget on this movie?
The budget?
Yeah.
Probably pretty good. With all the actors and all the
Yeah, they have a
Destruction.
lot of A-list actors in
destruction,
here. 70
the
million.
director himself.
It had a 70 million US budget. That's
damn.
pretty. I mean, for the time, it's probably pretty high, but
Mhm.
compared to the Kong movie
Oh yeah,
just now,
oh yeah.
Well, that was
that-
all CGI, and CGI at the time was stupid expensive.
yeah,
Also,
it was $201 million movie.
yeah.
Pretty good for this budget thing. It was
Yeah.
really good. All right, next we have Captain Miller receiving his mission to find Private Ryan. So Private Ryan is the only surviving brother of 4 who went to war with the Allies. For the Allies, sorry. The CO sends him, wants him sent home so that his mother doesn't lose all her children. The only issue is no one knows for certain where he landed in France. Captain Miller takes some rangers and embarks on a long search. This is where the moral conflict begins, because the men question why one's man's life should be worth all theirs.
I agree with them, honestly. I understand why they're doing this mission, because they obviously don't like this woman has 4 children.
Yeah.
3 of them
Dead.
had died.
Yeah.
They
it's
don't
pretty
want
tough.
her to suffer that. But in this situation, war is war, and send them back only if they get a injury severe enough that it requires them to go home. Because in a situation such as a world war, we need all the manpower we can possibly get.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
I understand that there's going to be a lot of grief in these situations.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say sacrifices, but if sacrificing your emotional well-being for the sake of the world,
Yeah, I think it was also done as PR because obviously morale for war was probably going down as it was raining on for years.
that's true.
So probably support back in America was waning since
Oh, so if they send someone back, it shows that they are
they care
thinking
for
of
their
the
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
like
sense.
they don't think of the troops just as, pawns. They actually consider them as people and consider their families too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good PR move, but yeah, I do see the conflict with being like, hey, we gotta go risk our lives to save this one man who we don't even know where he is.
Yeah, the fact that they're like, yeah, just go searching around somewhere.
That general area of France.
You'll
Why they
find
chose
them.
this guy though instead of some other people to send home instead? I mean, I guess it's more for emotional value, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like they could have taken an easier route if this was in fact a PR stunt.
Yo, click on that guy with the blue background on the Googles. Yeah,
Ted.
He looks familiar.
that guy's from The Good Place.
Movies and TV shows.
Ted Danson. Yeah, he's like one of the main characters in The Good Place, I think.
Curb. He's in Curb.
He's in Curb, huh? Okay, sorry. That's all I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
In terms of that.
Next, let's talk about finding Private Ryan's location. So Captain Miller and his soldiers journey through France looking for Private Ryan. They encounter destroyed cities in France with citizens in shock. They engage in another battle with German soldiers, losing one of their men, Caparzo. Then they find a platoon of soldiers under medical care, or rather at rest. After digging through the dog tags and asking a passing platoon, they manage to find someone who knows Private Ryan's location.
That's like middle of the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover here, so we'll come back to things. This whole journey is very long and through some horrible conditions. It's no wonder that they joke around so much to keep up morale. So I guess let's go back to them coming to this French city where the citizens were still there. What do you guys think?
Like that reminds me of that one shot where one of the soldiers like holds up some of the enemies in a group.
Oh,
And then he just shoots one of them, and he's like, "What did he say?" What did he say?
that's at the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah.
once they secure the beach.
You mentioned about the morale thing, and I'm like, yeah, that sticks out in terms of the joking around bits.
He's like, what did he say? He's like, something I don't even remember. It was a joke.
Pizza pasta.
Yeah, pizza pasta. Oh my god! But yeah, what did you guys think about when they got to the French city and then Caparzo was killed?
Yeah, just a lot more horrors of war. And
Which one was Ben?
Huh?
Which one was that guy?
Isn't that Vin Diesel?
Caparzo was Vin Diesel. He
Okay,
was the one who was shot.
when he was saving the child.
Yeah, he was trying to take the child with them to the next village, and
I respect for what he was doing, but it was a dumb move on his part.
yeah. Captain Miller was like, "Butterback."
I mean,
Alexei's not human.
I don't look. I get a little bit bloodthirsty when I'm watching movies like this. Like, I'm gonna throw away. If I'm in a war, I'm gonna throw away. Like, yes, I will save you, but I'm gonna do it by getting rid of the bad guys.
Alexei would use that little girl as a human shield.
No, I would not.
If he had the chance.
I would not. But in order to save them, if it requires me to save them by taking them somewhere instead of saving them by destroying the other guys, I'm going to destroy the other guys instead.
What do you guys
I'll
think?
destroy them, he says.
What do you guys think about Caparzo giving them the letter, though? It's all bloodied and
It's sad.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
impactful,
sad, yes.
powerful.
I don't even know if I made it back to.
I feel like the only reason why they killed him off is just so we can have this emotional scene, though. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, you're supposed to, like...
I didn't want Vin Diesel to die. Okay? That's my problem.
It's like they want you to connect with these people
I didn't
as
connect with him.
people,
I just like Vin Diesel.
showing that every person who dies and sacrifices themselves has a name.
I'd prefer if the guy who looked like young Matt Damon would have gone instead. Not Matt Damon, young.
Because Matt Damon's in this movie.
Yeah, no, not young Matt Damon. I meant
Matt Damon is in this movie.
a young who played Batman.
And which one?
The 2017 or whatever.
Christian Bale?
No,
The one that's
the fatter
the director, Ben Affleck.
one. Yeah.
Oh,
This
Ben
looks like a young
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Edward Byrne.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, right here.
He kind of like in that one thumbnail right above. It kind of looks like Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I see it. All right, next let's talk about where they get to the medical battalion. And they're digging through the dog tags. What did you guys think of this whole sequence?
That was fucked up, honestly.
It was super fun.
Like they do not be those guys. Do not be. If you are those guys, I will probably beat you within an inch of your life. Like if I was there, I would have probably started swinging hands.
Swinging hands. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, but that's where they finally got to learn the location of.
I like that
Private
scene though,
Ryan.
when he finally is like, I'm done being like stealthy about it. I'm done just doing it. I'm just gonna scream out the names, and then
Oh yeah.
they finally
Captain
find
Miller
the
was
guy.
like-
He's like, oh, finally we're getting somewhere. Because for a while they felt like they were getting nowhere.
Oh yeah, right. They met up with the fake Private Ryan.
Yeah, that was.
I forgot about
I
that
hated that. I hated that so much.
So
Why?
trippy.
I hated the character as well. The character, the actor, everything about
Yeah,
him.
so they
You
met up.
hated the actor?
I didn't like him in that scene. Okay.
Oh my god.
So the fake Private Ryan was James something else.
I mean, that was the point of that character because even the people in his platoon said, "Oh, this fucker." They hated him too. So I guess that goes a lot to say about the actor because he's doing a good job of making him hated.
Oh my god.
But then again, I'm just a hateful person when it comes to actors.
Yeah, he has the weirdest nitpicks against actors.
I don't even remember the actor.
Sandra Bullock, you're just like, oh, she's ugly.
No, I just don't like her genre of movies that she does.
And then fucking Daniel
Her
Craig's
are blue.
eyes.
Okay, calm down.
all right.
Calm down, me.
So I thought I had while watching this movie is where are the rest of the Allied forces? But I did watch a video this morning explaining that
Could
they
you
were
explain
in
it?
they were in a different part of France because the way the U.S. came in was on Normandy, and the Allies were fighting elsewhere. Like I think they were pushing towards Berlin.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why we didn't get to see like a French resistance or like
Any sort of backup.
Yeah, and obviously the USSR was over on the Eastern Front.
Mr. Knowledge Man.
So next, let's talk about the German machine gun nest. So once they reach a field of dead bodies, the Rangers soon realize that there's a German machine gun nest ahead. Some of the soldiers ask the captain to ignore it and continue their mission, but Captain Miller refuses to let any other passing allies get killed by the Germans, so they take out the nest. Another one of the soldier/medic, Caparzo, loses their lives after an intense battle.
What do you guys think of this scene tactically wise?
I think they did the best they could going up against.
Was it, would you think it was a wise decision to knock them out, though?
I see Captain Miller's point that if another, I mean, you never know if another battalion is going to pass by. So I guess they did the right thing because they didn't seem to have like comms on them or anything. So it's not like they
So
could
you can't
communicate,
warn them,
hey,
yeah.
yo, ignore this area.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, honestly, how I feel about that scene. The death is obviously sad. It was one of his best friends, right?
Yeah, they gave him a
So-
morphine overdose to induce like a coma death so he wouldn't feel the pain. That was pretty sad too.
Super fucked.
Because he was the doc, so he was the only one who knew how to fix it, and he probably knew that he was fucked. He's like, well, there's nothing you can really do for me. Just give me more morphine. Yeah, but after that, so they take a German soldier prisoner, and Corporal Upham convinces the men to let him go free.
Bullshit.
This whole scene was another one that digs into the theme of morality. To spare the life of an enemy, although a rule, doesn't seem like an easy thing to do.
It reminds me of I don't remember if this was like an actual event, but it involved like two enemy soldiers like seeing each other during Christmas, and they had
Oh, that was World War
Yeah, that was a real thing.
That
where
was
they
World War
had,
One.
like, a
There,
peace
it just
treaty for that
reminded
day.
me some sort like kind of like of that stuff.
Only he goes back and kills them all.
Yeah, so the thing with that,
Before that, I mean.
it goes into the theme that these soldiers are just men,
They are people,
following
yeah.
orders, following their country's wishes, and they might not actually have any vested interest in whatever they're doing other than survival.
In this case, though, I feel like he was just saying that just for survival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy.
This
as
guy
we'll
is
see
a
later on.
dirtbag.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of this whole?
It was a
No.
good seed overall because it leads to much bigger consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they told him about it.
Yeah.
I was like I said, when I first said, like, don't let this guy go, you could see him lying through his ass.
So much happens in the scene because I also forgot that right after I forgot to put it in.
They're having him dig his own grave, right?
Well, no, after they let him go, one of them tries to mutiny and go off on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so upset
Matt
about
Damon.
it. He's so upset about it that he's just like, why the fuck did we do this? Why are we doing any of this? We lost two of our men.
I agree with him there.
And then that's when Captain Miller reveals his occupation. He's a school teacher. So what do you guys think of that? When we finally found out.
Yeah, I mean, it just like gives more insight onto like, you know, the background of these people, how they actually were civilians at one point with actual lives, and you just have to like what is it? I have no fucking clue what I'm saying anymore. my fucking thought went away.
Now you know how I feel when I talk constantly.
Like I said, very, very tired.
All right, next let's talk about finding Private Ryan. So after finding Private Ryan at one of the last remaining bridges in France, Captain Miller tells him the news of his brothers. Private Ryan, although sad, refuses to go home until the bridge has been protected. The men reluctantly work together to help and protect Private Ryan from the oncoming German invasion. They fight bravely and hard, but the Germans have superior firepower in this fight, killing almost all of the Allied soldiers. Suddenly, air support comes in, saving Private Ryan and Corporal Upham's life, leaving a bittersweet ending to us looking at Private Ryan as an old man with a family, fulfilling his promise to Captain Miller of making his life worth living.
Yep.
What did he do to make his life worth living?
So, right at the end, as Captain Miller was just about to die, he said, live your life, or he said, like, make it worth it.
Live it to the fullest, basically.
Yeah, because him and all his men died for him. So
because I know
I thought he said earn it.
I know
Earn it,
they
right,
jokingly said earlier in the movie that they said that this guy better make like something
cure
out of his
disease
life.
or something.
Yeah, cure a disease, make a
So at the
longer lasting light bulb or something.
So at the end,
Longer lasting
Yeah, they
light
actually said that.
bulb.
They actually said
they
that.
said that, yeah. So there's two things about that. So the first part is they could actually make longer lasting light bulbs. They just don't because it's not in their capital interest to do so. But also on the other note of the movie, the guy who at the end of the movie, he says, I've lived my life. I had a family. And although I didn't accomplish anything great, I hope that was enough to earn it.
I mean, yeah, it's just.
Javier said, "Damn, I just woke up."
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's in chat right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, living the American dream of just having a family you could share your dreams and aspirations with, even if they don't have to be bombastic in any way. Just being able to live that long and share it with people you love and feel safe in your own country. It's pretty good in terms of being able to accomplish something of work.
That's all that's needed. That whole last ending battle was intense too because as we talked about earlier, the German soldier that they let go joined the ranks again of the Germans, and he was shooting down and killing all of Corporal Upham's friends. Like I remember there was a scene where he was upstairs killing, like, in a knife fight with one of them, and he kills him. And then Corporal Upham and the German soldier walk by each other. They don't, like, they don't, like, kill each other. They just kind of stare each other down and walk away.
The one that he let go?
Yeah. They just kind of stare at each other and walk away. And so, obviously, Corporal Upham breaks down crying because the German soldier he let go murdered his friend, like I said. And that's why, yeah. So at the end, when the Germans do give up to the Allies, Corporal Upham shoots that German soldier specifically.
Should have done from the beginning. I told you, bro. You gotta get a little bloodthirsty in this situation. Yes, I get that it's people who are maybe just taking orders, but it's life or death, bro.
He doesn't know that he was gonna get betrayed, like that he would betray.
Then
his trust.
instead of taking that risk, eliminate the risk.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
What is you guys' final ratings for this film?
Even though I'm not quite finished with it, I'm giving it. What was my original rating?
I think an 8.
I'll just go with 9.
Yeah, I'm going with a 9.
I'm going with 9.5. It was epic.
It's a lot better than I expected.
It was
to
epic.
It was epic. That's my review. Let's read some.
Javier said an 8.
Ask Javier if he watched
Did
it.
you actually watch the movie or no?
This IMDb audience member gave it a 10 out of 10. Following the Normandy landings, a group of U.S. soldiers go behind enemy lines to retrieve a paratrooper whose brother has been killed in action. That's just a summary. That's not a review.
That's a sick review, bro.
This IMDb audience member gave it a 1 out of 10. definitely one extreme case of, well, people told me it was a masterpiece, so it must be the best movie ever syndrome. The problem with Saving Private Ryan is not that there is much to be looked down upon, but that there is very little to be impressed by. I felt sick when I saw this film made it to the number 4 on the best movies ever. Although I like Spielberg and he has made many great films, even a few masterpieces, this is truly a mediocre film.
He didn't explain why.
Yeah, he doesn't explain why he thinks that way.
I think he just wants to have a bad review.
Just for the sake of it.
Because he's edgy.
All it says is that everybody said it was good, but I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I think differently. If everybody else likes it, I hate it, and that's my personality. This Metacritic reviewer gave 100 out of 100. An overwhelming experience.
I'd agree with that.
This Metacritic reviewer gave it 50 out of 100. Nothing that suggests an independent vision unless you count seeing more limbs blown off than usual.
I mean, especially at the time.
I mean, this is literally a war movie. You're going to see that, dude. What are you complaining about?
They wanted a PG-13 where everybody holds hands at the end. And
The feel good, happy
and
ending.
Nobody gets their armors blown off. They just
Yeah.
get shot off screen.
That would be the worst war movie I've ever seen if that ever happened.
they wanted drumline, but instead it's war.
This Rotten Tomato audience member gave it a 5 out of 5. This is by far the best war movie I've ever seen. The cast is stellar,
It really
and
is.
their performances are even better. This is an absolute must-see.
I'm not a big fan of Tom Hanks, actually, but
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
but it's actually not bad. His performance is not bad.
One
The reason
of
why I
his
say
best
this
movies.
is because of the overused
He is in a
Forrest
lot of
Gump
movies.
stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's
what makes me
become a
not like him
cultural
anymore.
thing.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I've seen him so much in that, and then that's every time you say anything about
Yeah, people
him,
do like
that's
to
all you
bring
say
it
that.
up a lot.
And I
Mhm.
can't stand it.
There is no Rotten Tomatoes critic review, so check out our previous podcast. If you've enjoyed this one so far, we upload new episodes weekly. Also check out our Patreon. Any help is greatly appreciated. Now time for content we've seen this week. So what are some shows or movies you guys watched this
Before
week?
that, I will say I did like Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code.
Do you like him as Woody, bro? In
Yeah,
Kingdom
do you
Hearts
like-
specifically.
Do you like him
No.
in Castaway?
I never watched it.
Castaway was so good.
It was.
So is
It was a
Candy.
good movie. All right, so what are some shows or movies you guys watched this week?
I've read a lot of Mysterious Girlfriend X. I mentioned it already. It's really good. The main character is probably my favorite character in anything.
What did I watch?
What did you watch?
I mean, I played a lot of Pokemon. I already mentioned that.
I watched the Injustice movie
Oh,
on HBO Max.
So that was
Interesting.
you.
I liked it. It was good.
I really didn't have a chance to watch much of anything because work was just, like I said, it's been kicking my ass lately. It's going to be kicking my ass all week next week, too.
I also I'm starting to watch Toradora again
Yeah.
with Paige.
I don't blame you, bro.
Oh, let's go.
We're on episode 6 now.
It's a fantastic series.
Yeah, it's great.
It's one of my favorite.
She doesn't like
romance.
Tyga
What you mean?
because she's annoying and she's mean.
She grows up. She'll grow on her, I bet.
Maybe she likes the rest of the cast so far.
Tyga's the best.
we haven't been introduced to the blue-haired girl yet. I forget her name.
I don't like her.
I liked her well enough. What else? I also watched the first season of Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Oh, yep.
and I'm on season 2, episode 3.
What did you think of the first season so far?
It's really good. It's really funny. The style of humor where it's like Larry having a one-to-one argument with another person, and they both just like keep talking at a constant pace. and it's just like this weird like awkwardness because they're both trying to navigate the situation to better suit their
Interest?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
definitely fun.
it's pretty funny,
Yep.
and it gets really aggravating at points because usually I'm against Larry's side, but there's like in the cases where I feel like he's right, I feel like I'm a piece of shit for thinking so.
Well, you're just
They
a
do
piece
a
of
good
shit in
job.
general.
Oh man. Yeah, this show does a good job at basically showing the extremes of human conversations, human arguments and
Like
stuff like
that
that.
reminds me,
Because
like
these are all like basic issues, but they get blown out of proportion.
like there's this one specific scene in like halfway through the season where Larry and his friend are helping this blind man.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They're helping him move a couch or something.
He just needed help moving boxes out of his apartment, is what he said.
But at first he only mentioned it was like a couch or something.
Yeah.
And then they got there and they're like, yeah, can you actually do the whole apartment?
Can you?
And then he started getting uppity and talking shit to them like why would I want the TV in the bedroom? I'm blind. But he wanted the TV in there.
Oh my god.
God, that's so loud.
That was pretty loud.
And he wanted it on the fireplace, even though it would look terrible there. Like legit, I was getting mad at the blind man.
It's a really good show. I'm not done with the first season, but I'm getting through it.
I listened to Doctor Who and Flushed Away.
Oh my gosh.
Flushed
work.
away.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Why
bro.
Flushed away?
Because I had like an hour and a half left to work, and that was like an hour and a half movie. So I just listened to Flushed Away.
That means you were looking for movies that specifically suited that time frame.
Well, that's just one of the movies I've downloaded on my phone.
That
Oh my
movie
god.
sucks.
I also listened to hella Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who, so yeah.
Weird.
I also watched the new episode of Peacemaker.
Oh, yeah?
It was good. I like
yeah?
it. The story continues to unravel.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Good? Like, is
I
it
like
funny
it.
or is it just them talking?
It's funny to me. It's both got comedy from talking, and it's got some intense action.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course, it's Peacemaker. It's gonna have action.
Now let's roll the credits. Any recommendations for any media?
Play the new Pokemon game. I highly recommend it. If you are really if you're really on like the fence about it, do look up some gameplay about it. Obviously, but you might not get the real experience from just watching someone play it.
Okay.
Read Mysterious Girlfriend X. It's
Watch
weird.
the anime too. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a weird series, but it's really good.
It's been a while. I think I watched it when it first came out, but that's about it.
I recommend this YouTube channel, Rugged Eagle. He does the reviews on the best and worst things of Lego games. I
You
just
mean
found it
besides them being Lego games?
No,
that's
bro,
the worst part about it.
That's the epicest.
That's the worst part about it.
That
the
reminds
best
me, I
part.
watched a fucking Lego iceberg like last week too. It just randomly popped up in my suggestions.
it?
It was pretty good.
Heck yeah, Lego's awesome, man.
It was just
I
like
don't-
the history of all like different types of Lego sets.
I used to be obsessed when I was a kid. I
I
don't
hope you
really
step on a Lego.
I don't really play any of the games or build any sets anymore, but I used to love it when I was younger.
I think the only Lego game I sort of played was
Star Wars.
I'm buying the new Lego Star Wars when it comes out.
No,
I think
you're
it comes
not.
out.
I
Please don't.
really
Don't hurt
hope
yourself,
it
bro.
has the mumble feature.
We'll see.
Don't hurt yourself, man.
All right, so the plan for next week is gonna be Jackass 4. So we're gonna watch that movie.
I thought it was
Review it.
Jackass 5.
It's one of those.
It's 4. Jackass 4 because it's coming February.
Does that mean we'll
4th,
get
I
a
think.
fifth one as well?
Maybe. And yeah, so we'll review that. So like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Until next week, peace.
1 second, I gotta find it.
What is this?